Welcome to the 8th episode of Kenyon Athletics, Gambier and Beyond. With competition on hold for the moment, we thought you'd want to hear what your favorite student athletes are up to. My name is Jordy Fee-Platt, and I'll be your host this fall. Each week, I'll be interviewing two players from one of the Kenyon sports teams, one underclassman currently on campus, and one upperclassman studying remotely. This week, I will be talking to two members of the women's basketball team. Katie Orefice is a sophomore guard from Weston, Connecticut. As a freshman last season, Orefice appeared in 24 of 26 games, starting in 8 of them. On the floor, she served as an excellent facilitator off the bench, finishing third on the team in assists, and was also reliable from the free throw line, ranking 5th on the team in free throw percentage. Katie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Greta Propp is a junior center from Belmont, Massachusetts. Propp appeared in every game her first season for the ladies, including 15 starts, and made the most of her opportunities. In the ladies' final regular season game her freshman year, she scored 10 points on 4 of 7 from the field in just 19 minutes. Last season, she again played a key role, starting the last 10 games and recording at least 20 minutes in each of those games. Greta, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll start with you, Greta. Where are you studying remotely this fall? Are you living with teammates or friends, or are you at home?
I have lived with some teammates here and there, but right now, currently, I am home in Boston. Yeah.
And how was the experience of being with your teammates in this wild semester?
Overall, well, when I did get to see some of my teammates in person, that was a lot of fun. Just to have that real connection again. But virtually, we've been staying in touch, texting and zooming. Obviously, not the same as if we were all at Kenyon, but we're making it work.
Yeah. And Katie, what do you think the positives are of this unique college experience? What are you seeing are some positives out of this time?
I'm definitely super happy to be here. I think some of the positives are just getting to be on campus, getting to experience some of campus life, even though it might not be exactly the same. And then obviously getting to take use of the beautiful CAC in our gym. I've been able to go in there and play some basketball with my teammate, which has been super nice. And just overall being able to be here on campus, doing some classes in person. Yeah.
And Greta, what sort of workouts have you been able to do while you're away from campus? Obviously, I'm sure it helped to have teammates around at one point, but how have you been able to sort of keep in basketball shape, at least somewhat?
Yeah, so it's been a little difficult only because of getting access to a gym is a little hard during these times. But I have been able to run outside with, at least in the fall when it was pretty nice. I have some free weights at home, but I'm definitely gonna need to rethink my workout planning as winter comes. Yeah, definitely miss having the CAC as just whenever I want to walk down and play basketball. But
definitely, yeah. And I know, Katie, you and only one other teammate are the only people on campus right now. So I'm sure that's been really challenging for practicing. But how have you managed that situation?
Even though it's a little bit hard in basketball, just having two people, but I think some positives are that Claudia and I have gotten a lot of individual work with our coach, which has been super helpful. We've gotten a lot of reps and stuff like that. And I've just been able to become close friends with Claudia, our freshman, which has been super nice and not typical of a situation, I feel like, for incoming freshmen.
For sure. Yeah. And then you mentioned a little bit that you guys have group chats, but how is the team keeping in contact with everyone all over the place?
I think we just have team Zooms. I know we have a bunch of group chats among different people. We're all just overall really good friends, I'd say. So we're always in constant contact. And like Greta mentioned, a bunch of people have been living together that have been off campus, which is super nice. But yeah, we've just been in general keeping in contact, which is super nice to have. even in this situation.
And what, this is for both of you, what are you most looking forward to doing for the holidays? I know, Greta, you're already home, but what are you both looking forward to with being around family?
Well, I've been around a lot of family, but I am looking forward to being around more family to come the holidays. I don't know. I love Christmas, and Hanukkah. I do both. But Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year. We'll probably have to do a Zoom Thanksgiving, which is a little sad, but with the situation. But I guess I'm looking most forward to relaxing a little bit, maybe having a little less school, hopefully. But yeah, I would say all the good things that come with holidays, I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah, same for me. Well, I've been here obviously, so I haven't been able to see much of my family. So going home for break will be fun to see everyone or as many people as I can in the situation. And also just getting a break from work, I think will be really nice.
Definitely. And what are you both looking forward to doing as a team when everyone is back on campus?
I think one thing kind of obvious, I guess, just hanging out as a team. We haven't been able to do that in a while now. So I think it'll be really nice to have all of us together and to get our one freshman to officially meet everyone. And another thing, like right now, we've been able to play one-on-one and stuff in practice, and obviously being able to play like a full scrimmage 5-on-5 will be super exciting.
Yeah, like Katie said, even though we won't have formal competitions between other schools, Coach K did say that, like, we'll get to do some like inter squad scrimmaging and make competitions out of that, and still make it competitive and fun. So even just that, I am so grateful that we'll have the opportunity to do once we get back in the spring.
Definitely. Thank you both for your insightful answers. We're going to transition to some trivia now. So the first section will pitch you both against each other. There will be four total questions on Kenyon athletics history, and each question is worth 1 point each. I'm going to start with you, Katie. Who led the Kenyon women's basketball team in steals last season? A, Paige Matajasic, B, Amanda Carroll, C, Ellie Schaub, or D, Greta Propp?
I'm going to go with Ellie, C.
Yes, that is correct. She overwhelmed the statistics rankings in steals. Yes, very clear leader in that category. All right, Greta, how many conference titles has Kenyon women's basketball won in its history? A2, B3, C4, or D6?
I'm going to go with the middle answer with 4.
That is incorrect. It is 3. Very close. Yeah, there hasn't been one.
At least
since...
I overestimated.
Yeah, you have faith in the team. That's very good. Yeah, the most recent title was in the early 2000s. So, question 3 for Katie. What was the team's highest number of three-pointers made in a single game last season? A7, B9, C10, or D12?
I'm going to go with D12.
Correct. Yes, in the crazy double overtime game against Hiram, your team made 12 three-pointers. Yeah, it seeming like Greta, you're getting the more difficult questions. But here's the last one. How many sports can one participate in at the CAC, which is now known, of course, as the Lowry Center? A3, B4, C6, or D8?
Oh my gosh. If someone was participating in 8 sports, the most sports, I'm going to say 4.
That is incorrect. It is actually 6. So there is track, basketball, tennis, swimming, racquetball, and squash. So six sports in the CAC.
Okay.
Yeah. Tough one. I would have accepted 5, but yeah, because squash and racquetball are very similar. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna transition to some group trivia now. So you can work together on this one. There will be 3 questions about your sport as a whole, which in your case is of course basketball, and each question will be worth 1 point. We'll start with this one. A, who did the Seattle Storm defeat in the WNBA Finals to win this season's title?
Wasn't it the Aces?
Correct. Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
1 for 1. Okay. And B, who won last season's NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship? One of the teams who has won quite a bit. I always give at least 1 hint to every team, so this is sort of my hint. They're always up there. They don't always win, but they're always in the mix.
Was it Notre Dame?
We'll go with Katie's.
Fortunately, that is incorrect. It is Baylor, who I believe defeated Notre Dame in the national championship game. So very close. Okay, and our final question: who was selected first overall by the New York Liberty in this season's 2020 NBA draft?
The Oregon woman. What's her name?
Yep. What's her name?
Nina.
Yes, correct. Nice. Okay. 2 out of 3.
Got it.
Great work. And I would say 2.5 out of 3, to be honest, because that Baylor question, you basically got that one. Thank you both so much for coming on the podcast. And thank you everyone for listening. And we will see everybody next week.